We should be live.
I did get a notification I can watch you live if I want to.
Oh, baby.
I don't want to.
You don't want to watch us live? The day after Thanksgiving? What is going on?
Only 5 minutes late this week, guys.
Only 5 minutes
We're
late.
getting better.
I blame technology this time, guys. We were ready, and then all of a sudden the keyboard decided not to be working, so it's not working now. So we are live. Happy belated Thanksgiving to everyone. Hope you guys had a fabulous Thanksgiving. Well, people in the States at least.
Yes, everyone but Shaggy.
Everyone but Shaggy. So yeah, I just want to start this off. Let's get the normal stuff out of the way. This is a adult themed episode. We'll be topping.
We'll be topping Sundays, ice cream Sundays. It's my special request.
No, we'll be talking all things comic books related, but there will be probably some foul language normally towards the end of the episode as we consume some adult beverages. And that's the second part of this show. We consume
adult beverages.
Beers.
As much as we can in as little time as possible.
So we the other topic of the show besides comic book news is beers. We pick 6 different beers and we consume the 6 beers over the hour plus episode, and then we kind of rate them at the end of the episode.
And we are beer professionals, so you should take what we say seriously. Probably get a notebook. It's a good idea to get a notebook now. Yeah, the
notebook now. You can also probably hear that Stephanie is a little sick.
Guys, every time I come on, I feel like I'm sick. How many episodes has it been with me sick?
Well, it's been 2 episodes where I think I had 2 back-to-back episodes where I was sick, and now this is 2 episodes with you sick.
Yes, at least.
So, but yeah, with that out of the way, I do want to...
Jessica says hi. Hi, Jessica. Sorry we weren't on yesterday. We're terrible.
And that's what I was going to say. I want to apologize for not being live last night, also not posting my weekly comic book review episode. I definitely underestimated hosting Thanksgiving. Stephanie and I hosted our families yesterday, and I took it upon myself to cook 3 desserts and prep a pork shoulder and a couple other items on Wednesday. And I was like, yeah, I can do all that. And read comic books and record and edit and post a video. But then also my mother came over a day early to help cook, but she didn't really help cook too much. But she was there to help with the kids and whatnot, which was nice. And then my sister ended up arriving at 1 o'clock. But by the time I had done cooking all that and then being just having my mom around, I was done.
He came home from work and he wanted to go to bed.
So
and so guess what? We still have tons to do.
And we had a lot of stuff to do. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll be posting some written reviews on some comic books throughout the Monday and Tuesday to kind of catch up. But I truly apologize. Maybe I'll do like a late video on those. Probably not, but maybe.
Maybe like Instagram posts, something.
Yeah, definitely some Instagram posts. But, what are you going to do?
Next week I'll talk about all the comics based on what the stories I made up happened. I'm going to look at the covers and make up stories and then let you guys know.
So yeah, but Thanksgiving was really good, wasn't it?
It was delicious and fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of work, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah. I think by the end of the day, my sister and her husband Dave helped out a lot on Wednesday. They ended up cooking some of the stuff for us. We're like, here's the recipe, just cook it. And yeah, by the time 10 o'clock rolled around that night, we were...
Stay Puff is on. He says, Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Stay Puff.
What's up, Stay Puff? Happy Thanksgiving, definitely.
I like our Thanksgiving hats. We're pilgrims.
I wish we had an Indian hat. I could be the Indian, she could be the pilgrim. That'd be fun.
It would be.
But we didn't. These were $1 at
Party City,
so that's what we went with. We're just tired. All of us were like, we had a wine or a cocktail in hand. We're like, yeah, we're not. We don't have. It would have been a bad show.
Would have just been us like yawning a bunch and then, what?
Yeah. So, but overall, Thanksgiving was great, and it's Friday, so you guys are here for some comic book news. So you guys are here to see us drink some beers. We have 5 beers and 1 cider. What is the theme for tonight's episode?
Tonight's episode is Upstate New York.
Upstate New York.
Which apparently has a pretty large section in the beer distributor.
Actually, but there wasn't there was like Omegan is a really big company in upstate New York, and they produce a lot of beer. But the guy who owns the store had to actually struggle to find these other beers.
Really?
Yeah. So we do have 5. 2 are from Omegan. 1 is from Ithaca Beer Company. We have a Southern Tier.
Southern Tier I've heard of.
A Slop Brewing.
You have to be showing people these things.
Well, I don't want to take them out of the ice because then it's going to be hard to put them back in the ice. Another company called Beak and Skiff, which is the cider, which I'm actually really...
Oh, Shecky-san. And he said Happy Thanksgiving even though he doesn't know what Thanksgiving is.
What's up, Shecky? How's it going, my man? So, let's start off with a beer. What beer do you want to start with? We have 2 from Omegan, Ithaca, Southern Tier, and Slop.
I feel like we should do all the ciders together.
Well, there's only 1 cider.
Oh, I thought you said you got 4 ciders.
No, 1 cider.
I was so confused. That's what I thought you said. I was like, why would he get 4 ciders?
No.
Then I don't know. Surprise me. Pick one that's pretty.
Let's start with one of the Omegan since we have 2 of those. We can do that at the beginning and 1 to finish it off. So we're going to do this one of the bottles. So this one is Omegan 3 Philosophers, a blend of quadruple ale and Belgian Creek ale with cherries. That's what we're drinking. 9.7% alcohol.
I was going to say, I feel like I've heard of this and that it was that kind of a very strong beer.
So, Stay Puft, how was your Thanksgiving? What did you guys end up eating? I cooked a pork shoulder. I didn't end up... I even though I ate it tonight, but I was very upset with how... because I overcooked it on accident. And so I didn't serve it. So we had turkey. Classic turkey.
Classic. It was delicious.
It was good, though. We ended up dry brining it the night before, which I think helped with the moisture. It was a lot of fun yesterday. We were using our grill as an oven.
We don't have 2 ovens, which we need to get. So we only had 1, and we had to improvise.
Lots of improvisation.
Improvisation.
There you go. English.
Got it.
This is my first language.
It's questionable. I think it is.
Interesting. Not
I'm
bad.
waiting for all my bubbles to go away.
A lot of
A lot of
bubbles. All right. Well, she waits for the bubbles. We'll jump right into the news because I know that's why most of you guys are here.
Google shut down and you need us.
You need us. You can't just Google this stuff. So the first thing up is... I wonder if this is actually going to switch. Is Elizabeth Banks. She's a pretty famous, pretty popular actress. She's actually just dipped her toes into directing. She directed the new Charlie Angels reboot.
Okay, I didn't know they did a Charlie's Angels reboot.
Yeah, it had oh man, I'm blanking on the names. I really didn't care for it. I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh man, that looks awful. It did bomb at the box office. I wish this would switch. There we go. But she is going to be directing another movie. It's the Invisible Woman movie. Now, when I first saw this, do you know in the Marvel Universe who the Invisible Woman is?
I don't.
So she is part of the Fantastic Four. She is Reed Richards' wife.
Okay.
And her superpowers is that she can turn invisible.
Probably why they call her the Invisible Woman.
Yes. She has some force-filled powers as well. But this is not that. This is a horror movie. And this is about a woman who can turn invisible, and then I think she is going to...
Kill people?
Kill people.
So it's not comic book related?
Not comic related. I think in the title it's clickbait because, they wanted you to click on that. Because of that, they, a lot of comic book sites do end up giving us news on horror movies because it's kind of the geek genre falls into that. But she is going to both direct and act in this film. Based on her directing role or top so far, I'm surprised she won that because Charlie's Angels was a complete flop. But, you never know.
Well, maybe they wanted her for the acting, and she was like, I'll only do it if you let me direct.
Possibly.
Which would make sense.
There is a new Invisible Man movie trailer that just dropped a little while ago with a pretty popular actress in it, and that looks scary as hell.
Bruce doesn't like scary movies.
I do not like scary movies.
So we won't be seeing it.
No, we will not be seeing that movie. What's what you think of the beer?
It's okay. It's better than a lot of the other beers we got that are very high in alcohol content. It could also be because I'm really sick and I can't taste anything. So I'm like, oh, this is great.
Well, it's definitely pretty good. It's not bad at all.
9%. I mean, you could just drink 2 of those, you'd be done.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because it's like a Belgian ale as well, and I like Belgians. You can taste the cherries.
I taste nothing.
Taste nothing.
I'm sick.
All right, next up in the news is that Geoff Johns' Green Lantern Corps film still is a priority at Warner Brothers, which is pretty cool. So Geoff Johns, he rebooted Green Lantern for DC, I want to say like 2010, 2012 or something like that. Huge success. Like, he wrote it, he ended up writing it for the next 7 years or something. Did some of the craziest, best stories. Great writer on that book. And I was super excited to hear that he was going to be taking over the reins, or writing the script for the movie, especially after seeing the Ryan Reynolds bomb. Did you end up seeing that Green Lantern movie with Ryan
No, it
Reynolds?
looked terrible, and
Oh,
I didn't see it. And I heard how terrible it was, so then I definitely didn't see it.
It was pretty awful. But after, you know, the lack of success for the Justice League movie and the Batman vs Superman movie and like all those other DC properties that were not making money for Warner Brothers, I think they kind of put like a lot of these other movies that they had said, yeah, we're going to make them on the back burner because they didn't want to, you know, make these movies and then have them be flops and lose money. But it's good to hear that Geoff Johns' movie is still in the works, which is really exciting. And the other exciting part is that...
There's a PlayStation for Black Friday.
Yes.
That's the other exciting part, guys. Get a PlayStation.
Is that J.J. Abrams' company, Bad Robot, actually signed a deal recently with Warner Brothers. It's like a 10-year deal to help them produce movies. Okay. So J.J. Abrams could actually be
Is J.J. Abrams the one who wrote a comic book too? Like him and his son?
Him and his son, yes. They wrote Spider-Man.
Was it a DC book?
No, it was Spider-Man.
Because it was a Marvel book.
It was a Marvel book.
But why would he make a deal with DC then?
Well, it's just his company.
Okay.
It's not him and himself. It's his company. But
but
since his company is did sign the deal.
Stay Puft agrees that we need a Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, Stay Puft. I mean, I would love to see skip Hal Jordan and go right to Jon Stewart. I mean, Hal Jordan could be in the film, but I think they should definitely focus on like Jon Stewart or what's the new Indian guy. There's an Indian Green Lantern, which was really cool. Simon Baz. Yeah, in the comics. There's a ton. I mean, it's a whole...
So I know nothing about Green Lantern, but he was in The Deceased.
He was, yes.
And so, spoiler alert, he gets killed, and then his powers get transferred to someone else. And then there's like a whole Green Lantern army that showed up. I'm like, who the... I mean, I know nothing about Green Lantern because I didn't see that movie. I've never read any of the comics. I don't know. I couldn't tell you one thing about him at all. So
the Green Lanterns is... They are superheroes because they have great willpower, and they have these rings that allow them to harness the willpower and make it into whatever they need it to be. So they can like make it into a giant hammer and hit someone over the head with it.
The ring turns.
The ring, yes. Okay. It like shoots like these beam constructs, they call them. So when the Hal Jordan died, the ring just went and found a new host. It's not his power. It's the ring. Whenever a Green Lantern dies, the ring goes and finds a new host that has great willpower.
Okay.
So that was. I just think this Geoff Johns movie still being in production is just absolutely great.
Is it going to be animated?
No, it's going to be live action.
Okay.
And also, you know how there's that new streaming service called HBO Max?
Yes.
Well, when that was being released and talked about, they announced that there was going to be 3 or 4 DC properties that were going to launch on the service, and one of them is a Green Lanterns. But it's going to be a Green Lantern Corps, and that has nothing to do with this Green Lantern Corps movie. They're 2 separate things, which is I thought was pretty cool.
Stay Puft agrees. He said Jon Stewart is great. People grew up with him through the Justice League animated series.
Yes. Yeah, he's just, I don't know. He can be a much more interesting character than Hal Jordan.
Isn't Jon Stewart the host of that late night TV show? There's a lot of Jon Stewarts.
Jon Stewart is he was an architect and he was in the army. I think he was like a sniper or something. But he gets the ring, and he's like one of the best wielders of it because he has like an architect's mind, so he can build like these crazy things with his ring because he has such a mathematical architect mind. But he's also got the military background where he can actually put that
nice
into play. So
nice.
It's just really cool. He's just a really cool character. Next up, Birds of Prey in the Suicide Squad movies are expected to be rated R, which I don't think is a surprise to anyone. And I think with the success of the Joker, that being an R-rated and making $1 billion worldwide, I think DC is not going to be shy moving forward making these movies rated R, mainly because they saw the Joker make $1 billion.
I had a whole conversation with people at work talking about the Joker movie, and everybody was saying they liked it. I don't understand. Are we weird for not liking that movie?
Stay Puft, did you like the Joker? I'm really curious if you liked it, because that movie was, in our opinion, not a good movie per se, and definitely not a good super.
Maybe I just went in with like different expectations. I just expected it to be very different, and
I didn't like it at all.
I was like, this is not what's happening. I'm so bored. I'm like, when is this movie over?
I mean, it just, I mean, I see the Joker origin story, even if it is like a character piece, to be much different and much more entertaining. But another thing this article goes on to talk about is that DC is hopefully going to start making more R-rated movies and not follow the Marvel formula, because they think they'll be able to take their piece of the superhero pie, the money part of it at least, by making these movies that are more off the cuff, more, R-rated, not for your children, more for the actual comic book geekdom, which is myself and Stephanie in the future.
I'm halfway there.
She's getting there. So that was pretty cool. Back to J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot. So
I just have a quick question.
Yes, hit me.
You get two of the same beers?
Nope, this is a different Three Philosophers. This is blueberry coffee.
Oh, okay. That was my only question. I saw the same picture and I'm like, oh, there's two of them.
No, so when I was at the beer distributor...
This is Bruce's first beer distributor run.
I've been there before,
but
this is for the channel. This was my first for the channel run.
Yes.
And I was asking to the guy. The guy's super nice. The blonde guy.
Yes, he's like super buff.
Yeah, he's buff.
He's
got
a crazy beard.
He's got a beard. He's super, super nice. And I told him that it was for the channel. I think he looked at me and he was like, "Are you with that girl
who comes in here every day, every Wednesday at the same time?"
But he was like, I really suggest probably just taking 2 Omegan because I really don't think I have anything else. Or I was almost at one point gonna have to take 3, but then he found the cider, which is actually a cider donut cider.
Nice. I wonder if it tastes like donuts. I could use a donut right now. Oh my god, how good would a donut be right now?
It'd be pretty good.
I want a donut now.
But yeah, so there's this whole line that Omegan does called Three Philosophers. There were 6 of them there, I think. So I picked the 2 that I thought we would like the most.
I like blueberries and I like coffee. You don't like blueberries, though.
No, I like coffee. So, I did not pick 2 of the same.
Alright, I appreciate that.
Alright, back to J.J. Abrams. So, I think it was Monday or Tuesday was the announcement that Bad Robot had signed the deal. Maybe it was the Friday before or the previous week. But, news finally was trickling out beginning of this week. Obviously, it was a holiday. I kind of went MIA for a few days. But... DC, or Warner Brothers, I should say, is courting J.J. Abrams because once he signed this deal with Warner Brothers, they are hoping to bring him in and relaunch Superman. They think that Superman needs a fresh eyes, a fresh take, and the fact that J.J. Abrams was able to come in and what he did for Star Wars, it was, after the last 3 movies that Lucas put out. There's a lot of people that do like those films, but I think most people don't like them, and I'm in that boat. And then J.J. Abrams came in and did what he did with that current franchise, and I think it's kind of a hit, and they're hoping that he can do that with this. So we'll see. Oh, he also did that with Star Trek too. He relaunched Star Trek. So, and did you see the new Star Treks?
Yes, I like the new Star Trek movies.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the guy who's the main character. I don't know his name, but I like him.
Yeah, I don't know his name either. Terrible with the names. I know Stay Puft. I know Shecky.
Jessica.
And Jessica, yes. So I'm totally into this, and there's actually another article I think we're going to jump to next.
About Superman?
About Superman that Stephanie found. But I'm all on board with J.J. Abrams taking over this because I think
there'll be so many explosions, guys. So many explosions.
All the Superman films after Christopher Reeves, I think, have been kind of flops. Even the Christopher Reeve ones are kind of hokey because they're from the 80s, but they're still great movies. And
what's the movie? Who plays in it? Is it Christopher Reeves? When Lois Lane dies, like all the rocks fall from the mountain and they crush her in her car. It's all like, obviously like a toy car that they put next to some rocks.
Yeah.
And then Superman flies really fast in the opposite direction that the Earth is spinning and
turns
makes
back
time go back so
yeah,
he can save Lois in time.
Yep. That's the Christopher Reeves.
All right.
There was another one where he proposed to her and like he took a chunk of coal and crushed it into a diamond. That's awesome. Christopher Reeves. But where's that other article? All right, so this is from a website that Stephanie found. I don't know it, so I don't know if this is like a good website for news, but it was a cool topic. So Variety posted. See if I can get this camera to switch. That Warner Brother has less clarity on what to do with Superman. However, there has been discussions with Michael B. Jordan and J.J. Abrams to help make the Man of Steel more relevant. So basically, Variety did this big interview with Warner Brothers, and it came out that they are not sure what to do, and they're not sure how to make Superman relevant today. Like, how do they make him important? How do they make him interesting? And, I would kind of agree with them, because Superman is just a lame character to me. I'm not a huge fan of him.
Well, I haven't read a lot of comics, but I feel like the reason people like other superheroes now is because they're like angsty and they have issues and they have other things that you like about them or that you learn about them. And Superman's like a goody two-shoes. He's got no drama. He's got no problems. You're not like, oh my God, there's that baby from that woman you impregnated that you didn't tell anyone about. Like, he's got nothing going on. So like,
yeah, he's just a perfect character. Like, he's got super strength, super speed.
Yeah, like there's no one can really fight him. Like
laser beams out of his eyes. He breathes freezing breath. Like, he has the answer to everything, and he's super smart. And I don't know what else is he. He's like everything, and it's hard to make a character like that interesting. And I think maybe they do need Michael. I remember reading an article about Michael B. Jordan had met with Warner Brothers. And he doesn't want to do our Clark Kent Superman. There is a Black Superman from another multiverse or another universe within the DC universe, and he is more interested in doing that character. Totally cool. Why not? Like, let's lose the Clark Kent and go with something completely different.
So they would make Michael B. Jordan be it, but he would be.
No, I don't know if he would be it himself or his company, because he has his own company now.
Okay.
His company would then make a Superman that is black and just different. It's like a different name. I forgot what the name is, but or J.J. Abrams. Maybe he can make Clark Kent interesting. It's like, but there's been so many origin stories and so many, I don't know, new takes on Superman.
There just has to be a problem that Superman has. Like, he's got all these powers, but he's got like erectile dysfunction, and they have to follow how he deals with that in real life. Like, he's got to have something. Like, he can't just be unstoppable.
Well, there was a good story, Stay Puft or Shecky, I'm not sure if you guys read this. It's All-Star Superman. And the whole story is that Superman is dying. And he's trying to basically finish a lot of things that he had started and had not finished. Or he knows he has to finish before he dies.
What?
it's like, say, like curing certain things with his super science, or flying to different galaxies that he started helping and wants to make sure he goes back and helps them, and stopping Lex Luthor, and making sure that Lois Lane is able to have protection and stuff like that beyond. And it was an amazing story, and it was drawn by Frank Quietly, which is one of the best artists in the business, hands down. It was really, really good. It was just, that's a different take. Like, he's dying. He can't do anything. He's like done all the tests. Batman's done all the tests. He is going to die. And
I feel like that'd be interesting. But that's what I'm saying. Look how you're talking about it. You just spent 20 minutes talking about how bad Superman is, and then you're like, except for this one where he's dying, and you can actually like believe in him.
Yeah, you believe in it. Like, he's not as strong anymore, and he's like trying to do all this stuff where he needs all his superpowers, but it's like they're falling apart. And it could be good. I
did want to mention that Stay Puft has responded to your question. He said that the Black Superman you're talking about was the president of the United States in that universe.
Yes.
And then he agrees that All-Star Superman is his favorite Superman story, so it's something
All-Star?
I would have to read.
Yeah.
Apparently.
No, that's a really, really good story. Stay Puft, do you remember who wrote that? I can't pick it off, or can't remember off the top of my head, but want to finish that? Open our next beer?
Yes.
I think we're going to do this one because the can's funky.
Alright, show it to the people.
Alright, so this one, let me open it so the can goes back in the regular shape.
This one might be bad because it's got like...
Not bad, it might be flat.
It looks like it didn't even fizz.
But this one is No Santa...
NEIPA? I don't know what that means. New England IPA?
Maybe. It's got a cool can.
It's got a cool can, but... Oh, Grant Morrison, he said.
Yeah, it's Grant Morrison, that's what it is. Just some fizz.
Alright, maybe it's not supposed to be fizzy. It's got a cool bottle, I like that. You say No Santa?
Yeah, No Santa.
Sloop Brewing presents. From New York, Hopewell Junction. So I'm assuming that's upstate.
Oh.
6.5%. Not good? It's turned?
I don't know if it's turned, but it's weird. It's not bad.
It's not bad, it's different.
It's definitely flat. Like, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be warm? And it's definitely...
There's a lot of beer in it.
There we go, there's some fuzz.
There we go, we got some fuzz, we got some fizz, guys.
Fizz. Yeah, but I love the label.
I wonder why it's called No Santa.
I don't know, but it's you can definitely tell it's like an indie company because it's like a sticker on top of a can.
Yeah.
Like we had a lot of these when Josh was here.
Yes. Well, there was one where we did like all local breweries.
Yeah,
That's what that one was.
Yeah. But yeah, so Superman, we'll see. I think Warner Brothers, until they find the right director and right writers, that's just going to be a struggle for them. All right, the last bit of movie news. Ooh, my head is sweating.
I think we can lose the hats for a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to take the hats off for a little, guys. It's hat free time for a minute.
Ooh, sweaty.
We just got a sweaty head.
So, did you hear all the crazy James Gunn news around Guardians of the Galaxy and him getting fired by Disney and then getting rehired?
Tell me all about it, please.
So, Twitter. You know Twitter, right?
Silly Twitter.
Silly Twitter. So people post things on Twitter, and sometimes they're inappropriate things on Twitter. And you know.
Usually it's the president.
That's very true. And when Twitter first came around, like I think everyone was like using it, and James Gunn posted this thing. I forgot what it was. I don't think it's worth looking up. If you're really interested in deep diving on this bit of news, just Google it. It'll come right up. It was something off color, and right after the success of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, someone dug through his whole Twitter history back to like when Twitter first launched, like the next, I don't know, year or so, found this joke that he put out that was a little,
I don't understand people who get mad about things that happened like 10 years ago.
it was a long time ago.
Like, who would... If people judged me on the decisions I made 10 years ago, you guys would not be watching this show right now.
10 years ago, I would not be doing this show right now. So Disney didn't like it because a lot of people came after them and were like, fire him, fire him. And what did they do because they're Disney?
Fired him.
Fired him.
So dumb. They could just pay all those people who said fire him $10. Everybody gets $10. Shut up and go away.
And then, of course, there was backlash about that because Guardians of the Galaxy is a very successful franchise, and everyone in the movie had signed up for 3 movies, including James Gunn, the director. And so there's giant backlash. And after a little while, they ended up rehiring him. I think it was like a year later, but DC had already signed him or Warner Brothers to write and direct a new Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, terrible movie with Will Smith.
Wait. Oh, he was in that? I don't know. I just think of Jared Leto.
Yes, Jared Leto, the Joker. Yeah. That whole movie.
I never watched that either.
It was...
I didn't hear good things.
That movie was not a good movie, but I personally thought there were some good parts in that movie. There was just... Overall, it was bad.
That's what I heard.
I mean...
I don't have a lot of time to watch things. If it's not good,
Harley Quinn was in it, played by... What's-her-face?
What's her face? She's my favorite in that movie.
Oh,
what is it called?
Yeah, she's playing the new Harley Quinn. Or she has that whole new movie coming out. I can't think of her name. The actress. Stay Puff or Shecky, please help me, Jessica. But Karen Gillan, or Gillan, sorry, Gillian, who plays Nebula, has a copy of the script, read the script, and says it's amazing, and she cannot wait to start making the movie. There is no start date to the production. I believe at the very end of this article, they say that it's going to possibly start production in February of 2021, but that's just a reportedly scheduled to start then, which means the movie won't be released until 2023 because it's usually 2 years after a movie starts production until it actually gets released. So we have a long time to wait.
In Guardians of the Galaxy 3, it's going to be based off of the end of Avengers Endgame. How what's the green girl's name?
Gamora.
That when after Gamora dies, that it's supposed to be like Star-Lord going through the galaxies and trying to find like an alternate universe where she's alive. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I heard.
Oh, that'd be interesting. This article does go on to talk about how they think that there's a lot of hints throughout the first 2 movies that they're going to introduce a character called Adam Warlock. I know a little bit about Adam Warlock, but not a ton. So I can't say if that's going to be good or bad. But I don't know. I'm excited to see it.
I'm going to definitely see it. I like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah, me too.
The second one wasn't amazing, but...
They're fun.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
And they got great soundtracks.
They do.
They have really good soundtracks.
It is. And it's like so recognizable. Someone at work was listening to it, like they had it on their speakers, and I'm like, "Are you listening to Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack? Like that, those songs in that order, Guardians of the Galaxy."
I know that. So that's pretty much all the movie news that was this week. Again, it was a pretty slow week for
Frozen 2 came out, guys.
Wasn't that last week?
No, Frozen 2 just came out. Well, I guess today's Friday, so yeah, last Friday.
Yeah.
I know people like it. We didn't see it.
No, I'm not excited to see that. But there's overall a slow week of news because the last 2 days were pretty much shot for news. I even went back an hour before the show. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Keyboard is making my switching extra slow.
It's dying, but Bruce won't get new batteries.
I don't think it's batteries. The battery light is not on.
It's not on at all.
But there it goes. But it was just a slow week of news. Like I even went on to the TV section, and the TV section there was like very little news. There's a lot of stuff about the Arrow universe because they're on the CW with the Arrow show is ending, and that's a big deal. And they're doing this huge crisis thing, and they're bringing in all kinds of multiverses and all the different shows, and it's supposed to be awesome. But the show has been so bad for so long, I'm not tuning in, and I don't want to report on it because I don't care. But there was one show that actually launched today that we did want to mention. We haven't watched it.
Not yet, but we are planning on it.
Yes.
Because it looks funny.
It's the new Harley Quinn cartoon on the DC streaming service, and it is a R-rated cartoon. So it's going to have, there's lots of F-bombs. There's going to be lots of blood. I don't think there'll be any sex. I don't think they're going to go that far, but you will hear lots of foul language. Because even
in the trailer, there was lots of foul language.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm not sure about this beer though.
I had a beer before we came on, and we drank that Three Philosophers beer. I feel like I feel drunk already.
Well, we've been drinking a lot of the last 3 days.
We have. I forgot that we were doing our live stream today, and I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I don't have to drink tonight. And I told Bruce when I left for work, I'm like, I'm so excited to come home and watch TV with you. He's like, we have to live stream. I'm like, fuck. I was so excited to not drink tonight.
Wait, you didn't want to talk to our amazing fans?
I want to talk to you guys, but maybe we can have a coffee night instead of...
Beer night?
A beer night.
We're going to get a bunch of different roasts?
Yes. Different types of coffee from different local breweries, roasteries, and get different coffees. Or different ice creams from different places.
Oh, wow, now she's coming up with all kinds of different shows.
Donuts.
Comics and donuts.
Comics and donuts, I would like that.
Would you guys be interested in watching a show where we eat donuts and talk about comic news?
What if I get it all over my face and I have it on my shirt for most of the episode? I feel like you guys would like that.
So you're just gonna eat like a slob?
Yeah.
When you're definitely not a slob.
I am not, but for that show I will.
Oh, okay. All right. Continuing on with the news. Again, this is a slow week in news.
It's a slow week for everything. It's Thanksgiving week. Everyone's busy with family and vacations, and they know. So Tom King's run on Batman ends with 2 more issues. There's 84 and number 85. And Batman 84 recruits a new artist. It's not so much new because the new artist is Jorge Fornes. He's been on the book before. It's just Mikel Janin was supposed to finish out the last 2 issues, and I'm curious to what happened. And DC has not specified the reason for the change. But yeah, so. Oh, Jimmy from the Bronx is back with his woofing.
What's up, Jimmy? How you going, man? So I'm kind of saddened by this news a little bit because Mikel Janin is such an amazing artist, and he's so great for Batman. But, as long as it has the amazing writing of Tom King, I'm going to love it. So it's just a little bit of a bummer that they had to bring in a new artist. So if you're picking up Batman and you don't see...
You had 85 series, 85...
Series?
Series, books, runs. What are we calling it? 85 books?
85 issues.
85 issues, there we go. 85 issues.
Yeah, but it was a bunch of artists with 85 issues.
So you got what you wanted.
I did?
You did. Stop complaining.
I'm not complaining.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Not embarrassing myself. All right. Another Batman-related article. So there is a new book coming out. And it is a Frank Miller book. And so it's Batman the Dark Knight Returns, the Golden Child. And they put out some social media posts about it. And it was actually got a bunch of heat because we've talked about this, I believe, in the live stream, that what's going on in China.
Yes.
It was a big deal. And so this article in particular, or this social media posts, were talked about how it was pro the revolution, pro the Hong Kong youth. And so for some reason, people who were, I guess, pro-government were like, y'all, you're pushing this is bad, please, you have to take this down. So DC did end up taking this down, but based on the images, I don't see it. The future is young. And then I guess because Batgirl, or I'm guessing that's supposed to be Batgirl, is throwing a Molotov
It's Leaf Girl. She's got full leaves coming out from all over her.
But it's supposed to be that's the Hong Kong youth throwing
Jimmy, I am sick. You can hear it in my voice.
But throwing a Molotov cocktail at the government, and it was taken super negatively, and I don't know. I think that's taken a lot out of context. I don't think this book is made talking about Hong Kong. I mean, this book was written a long time ago.
People are just stretching to be offended. Just what can we be offended by? This girl's holding a Molotov cocktail. It must be related to the Hong Kong incident. Like, how many Molotov cocktails have been thrown this year alone? So many.
So many.
I threw one the other day because someone cut me off in traffic.
Her backseat's just little with Molotov cocktails ready to go.
I'm driving with my knee like, just wait till I get this lighter to work.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that story was totally taken out of context, and people just love to get buzz, and I don't know. Just it's just another one of those weird incidents. All right, next up, former Marvel CCO Joe Quesada, new
Joe
title.
Quesadilla. That's what his name looks like.
New title confirmed. So he used to be Marvel's editor-in-chief for a long time, and when I was going to Comic-Con, I went to like 4 or 5 in a row, he would host Marvel's Cup of Joe and talk about a bunch of new comic books that were coming out or big changes to look for in the future and whatnot. He is now he was the chief creative officer. No, that's his new title. Because he was the executive vice president, creative director, but now he's the chief creative officer, and that was the old Kevin Feige's title. So,
how sweet are his glasses, though?
Those are pretty cool. I like the light blue.
He's got a good smile too.
He does. No, he's very charismatic. Like when he was on stage at Comic-Con, totally sold it. And he's like he sounds very genuine in all of his interviews and whatnot.
He reminds me of someone.
And he's just a geek. Oh, he does. He's a comedian that's older now. I can't remember his name, but yes, I agree. But he's like, that's cool. Give him more responsibility.
Responsibilities.
This next one is really cool. All right, this next article. So there is a book that's been talked about since 2015, or has been teased since 2015. This is a Jeff Johns book.
I don't know who that is.
We talked about the Green Lantern story.
Yes.
That guy.
Same guy. We're back.
He's really big in DC. And all right, how to give this context. So, Stay Puft, if you've been reading DC for a while, or anyone else, Batman. There's this thing called the omnibus chair, not omnibus, Mobius chair. That's what it's called. It's this chair that gives you knowledge of the whole universe. Like you can ask it anything, and you'll be told. Whatever you ask it, like the real answer. And so Batman got in the chair. I remember reading this and thinking it was ridiculous and stupid. But he asked it what the Joker's real name was. And the chair came back and told him that there are 3. So there are 3 Jokers in the DC universe.
Okay.
In his universe. Not the multiverse, but just in his universe. Which is real crazy because, we've only thought that there's 1. So this whole book that's coming out by Jeff Johns and the artist Jason Fabok is going to tell the tale of these 3 Jokers. And so it's going to be under the DC Black Label imprint. So it's most likely going to be much more adult. It's going to be in that larger format. But this book is...
I do like the Black Label books.
Yeah, me too. But this has been talked about since 2015. It's been like almost 5 years in the making. People have been constantly asking about it since it was like officially confirmed that it's becoming a book. And the reason why it's delayed is because the artist is supposedly putting his everything into it. He wants it to be his best work of art, so he's taking his time drawing supposedly the most incredible thing ever.
Is that Michael Keaton?
Yeah, so this is Jason Fabok did a tweet. My most controversial Batman opinion has actually become the ending of Batman, The 3 Jokers. It's going to cause quite a stir and is the greatest thing written in Batman in 80 years. So any bunch of hashtags, hashtag 2020. So pretty much hinting at that this book will be dropping in 2020, which is really exciting because obviously
That's like a month.
Yeah.
Not even less than a month.
I'm a huge Batman fan, so and this book I've been really excited about this book for a really long time, and Jason book is a great artist, so I'm really.
Did you ever read The Question?
I haven't finished that, no.
Because it's not good. That's why.
It's not that it's not good. It's just
because it's not good.
Our lives are very busy, and I was tired.
It's not a good book.
I can't say it's bad or good.
It's not good enough that he's reading it even when he's tired.
So since it was kind of a light week in the news, I pulled a couple more articles. Young Justice 14 expands the roster with 4 new teammates. So I've been kind of hit or miss on Young Justice. I like it, but
Are they just superheroes' kids? It's not Superman kid, Superman's son.
Well, this is actually Connor Kent. Connor Kent is a clone of Superman and Lex Luthor.
What?
Yes. So he was genetically made in a lab.
Okay. Connor Kent. So many Connors. So many Kents.
So a lot of Kents. John Kent, Connor Kent, Clark Kent, Kent.
Kent.
But I thought
Kent.
Kent.
They should make someone named Kent.
Kent. But at the beginning of this run, I didn't really love it. I thought it was scattered and trying too hard. But over the last 4 or 5 issues, it's been really good. And they're supposedly going to be expanding the roster and adding these characters.
Turning so I can blow my nose. Sorry.
Disgusting. She's disgusting. But they're going to be adding Aqualad, Spoiler, Arrowette, which is a terrible name, by the way. They should just call her Red Arrow is what they should call her. And Sideways. Sideways is a new character that was launched alongside with Naomi. And I love Spoiler. Stephanie Brown's great. Aqualad, I think is in the Making It Karth. They go on to say. Aqualad, no, they don't give his actual name. But yeah, they're just adding more characters to the team. I hope that doesn't make the team messy because I thought there was enough characters already. But we'll see. It's Brian Michael Bendis. He's continually writing the book, and he's good for the most part. So let's bring on more characters.
Also, Brian Michael Bendis is such a great name. I feel like I've said this already, but still,
it's
just
fun to say. Yeah.
And it's like you couldn't if you're just Brian Bendis, who would care? But like the Michael in there,
it's really good.
Brings it home.
All right, which one do you want to drink next?
You want to try the cider? Mix it up.
Sure.
Throw it in there. Explain to people what it is.
All right, so this is a premium small batch cider. It's called 911, and it's the cider donut.
Is it 1911?
1911.
Not 9/11. It's not based off the Twin Towers collapse.
Sorry, 1911. But it's a cider.
Cider donut. Premium hard cider for you, Shecky.
Oh yeah, for Shecky.
Shecky likes Strongbow, which is a cider, and we actually liked it.
Yeah, we liked it a lot. I dumped it in our spit bowl.
Yes. Jimmy was asking if we're messed up from all the Thanksgiving turkey food. We've been eating Thanksgiving turkey food for like the last 24 hours. It's been our meal for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner since Thanksgiving.
Jimmy,
it's delicious.
How was your Thanksgiving, man? Hopefully you had a good time and ate lots of good food.
We ate lots of good food.
We did a lot of good food.
We went a little hard. We went ham, as the kids say.
We made 3 appetizers. We made a beer cheese dip with homemade pretzels. We made a bacon spinach dip, which was really good.
I ate that just before we came on. I had more.
What was the other thing we made?
Cauliflower. What did we talk about? Appetizers? We made the biscuit, the little cups with the sweet potato and the marshmallow.
Yep, those were really good. Had one of those with dinner tonight. And then we made 6 sides. Something like that. Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, cauliflower.
Broccoli wrapped. No, Carrots wrapped in bacon.
Maple bacon.
Mashed potatoes, butternut squash.
Oh, butternut squash.
Stuffing.
And stuffing. 6. Yeah, we had 6 sides. It was so much cooking. It was insane.
So much food. We have so much food in our refrigerator now.
Yeah, and people brought a lot home.
Shecky said that they celebrate the Harvest Festival in the UK, which the UK should celebrate Thanksgiving. You guys sent over Christopher Columbus with his smallpox blankets to take over the New World, so it's our holiday, Shecky.
All right, you have to taste that.
You're waiting for me to tell you we're dumping it?
I don't know. That's very interesting.
Oh my god, that's so gross. Oh, it's insulting my face. Oh, that's bad.
I mean, the donut thing is weird.
Oh my god. It does taste like a donut afterwards.
Afterwards, yeah.
But it's... Oh my god, that taste is so intense. I don't want it. I don't want it in my mouth. I feel like we could...
That made me sick.
Yeah. So it's gross, guys. Don't ever buy 9/11 or 1911 beer.
Any of you did, like, that's really sweet. Like, super sweet.
Jessica, we're sorry you're stuck in Illinois. Why are you stuck there? That just means your family's there, or you, like, couldn't get a flight back. And Shecky said the Spanish sent Columbus. I don't really know. I'm terrible with history. It's possible, but I'm blaming you guys. You guys tried to tax us for living here without you. I know that. That's what the Boston Tea Party was about.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's still kind of your fault. Somehow. It's all tied in.
Is this becoming a history live stream?
Jessica said don't celebrate smallpox. We just sent germs and alcohol. Wait, you didn't tell them what our beer we're drinking.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm still on that stupid... Sorry, guys. I keep on forgetting to hit the switcher.
So we dumped the cider donut beer
right.
because that was foul.
We are now drinking Southern Tier 2 times Miss Spiced Double Ale.
Thank you, Kevin, for wishing me to feel better.
Brewed with orange peels, ginger root, cardamom, cinnamon, fig paste, and cloves.
Shecky said Boston Tea Party was a rave. I don't think they had raves back then, Shecky. It was before glow sticks were invented. Unless rave means something else in England. Rave means something very specific here.
Oh, rave?
Yeah, as we said.
It's like a giant dance party.
He said Boston Tea Party was a rave where people do a lot of drugs.
He definitely knows what a rave is.
He said it was a rave, so I don't know if he means like it was something else.
Oh, that's good.
He said Americans couldn't deal with the ecstasy. That's what it was. We threw all the tea in the harbor because we're like, what is this? I just want to touch you. I feel amazing. Throw this tea in the harbor.
We'll just take this ecstasy. So, Jesse, if you're stuck in Illinois, what are you doing in Illinois?
She said it's Kevin's family.
What's up, Kevin?
Kevin's family. Also, he said hi and to feel better, which was nice of him. Thank you. I like to believe it's like that episode of Friends where Phoebe is sick and then she plays the guitar for her coffee people. She does that little like show she puts on, but her singing is better because she's all like sultry and her voice is all like, she sings Smelly Cat. Smelly Cat. She sings it all sexy with her voice. I'm assuming that's what you guys are hearing right now. You're like, oh, Stephanie sounds amazing.
Smells amazing. Her and a Smelly Cat.
Just sing Smelly Cat for you guys. Let me find my acoustic guitar. I'll sing it for you.
I did that one.
Jessica wants Smelly Cat. She agrees.
So should we jump into the Black Friday stuff, or should we start talking about our giveaway?
Let's do the Black Friday stuff.
Right.
That way you guys are hyped for Black Friday and gifts. And then you're like, oh my god, and also this.
Yeah, because if you guys read the title of this live stream, we are going to talk about our first giveaway. We're actually going to talk about 2 giveaways. Which, you know, it's pretty big for us.
One is a CD of me singing songs with my voice sounding like this.
You guys are going to be hyped. Alright, so the first Black Friday deal that we are going to talk about on the show is one of the people that we follow, and I believe they follow us back on Instagram.
Yes, they do.
They're Comic Book Billionaires. They are a website that I believe one of the main things they do is restore books, which is actually
And
really
you guys
cool.
should follow them on Instagram. They do really cool stuff. They make their Instagram photos, parts of their photo move. It's really cool. Like it's like it will just be like some guy shooting fire out of his hands, but the fire is moving like in a still picture. It's not even like it's a video. I don't even know how they do it. For the longest time, I thought that was what they were. I had no idea it was like a website that actually sold stuff until today. And they said something about their Black Friday sale, and I'm like, what? They have a store? We clicked on it. This is it.
Is it? Yeah, so they got some t-shirts and stuff for sale. Definitely check them out. They're pretty cool.
Jimmy said to please be PC and call it African American Friday, not Black Friday.
All right, Jimmy. Next up, we got CBR
Try this again. Times Christmas.
.com posted. It's a really ends up being a really lame post. It's basically just they talk about all the books on Comixology. Comixology is a digital comic book site where you can buy digital copies of books. So you're not actually getting a physical book; you're getting a digital copy. But they have all the books that are on sale from Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, which Dark Horse has some good ones. Dynamite, IDW, Boom Studios, Viz Media, which I'm guessing is mostly anime.
I was gonna say it looks like anime.
So there's a bunch of stuff, but again, it's all digital stuff, which I'm not interested in at all. And the last one, which is another one that Stephanie found.
Oh my god, guys, I contributed so much this week. While I was sick.
Was this one called Night Models. They're having a bunch of DC stuff, but I think what they mainly do is miniatures, but
they make like games out of it.
Games.
Yeah, it looked really cool. I've never seen anything like it.
So there's a Harry Potter game, a Batman game, and there looks like a DC Universe game.
But you can see from the pictures that like they're well done. They're not like they don't look cheesy and cheap. They look like really well done.
Yeah, so I think this is like they're like Stephanie said. Here's the game. It's right here.
Only $225, guys. Black Friday special.
So I know my buddy John plays a lot of these miniature games. You get this big board, and then there's like goals that you have to complete, and there's like a thing of cards. You pick a card, you do what it says. Where's that other one? Let me go back to them. There's one Joker game that looked really cool. Yeah, this one. Oh, this is just the Batman one. Yeah, so, I mean, we know nothing about it. It just looks really cool.
It does look cool.
And the miniatures look great, so we figured why not share that? It's something different. It's something new. It's a little expensive. It's $225 for this one game. But, if
you
get...
get like the collectibles, which is cool, I guess.
Yeah. And if you got the money, and you have a friend or loved one that's into that stuff, why not?
Also, I'd like to comment on this beer. It tastes like I'm drinking pine cone juice.
Pine cone juice?
Like someone crushed up pine cones and I'm drinking that.
I don't know. I like it.
Pine cones.
Pine cones. It's very spicy. Like you can definitely tell that this is like a Christmas beer. There's a lot of spices in there. I don't think it's
pine
bad.
cone spices.
Pine cone spices.
They crushed up pine cones.
All right, that is pretty much it for the news in the Black Friday deals. We'll try to do a much better job next week. Next week is a normal full work week. We'll have a lot more time, hopefully, to get the
we
news.
have so much time, guys.
To also, since we're getting closer and closer to Christmas, to hopefully spend a little bit more. I'll try to spend a little more time during the week.
Christmas deals.
Find some good Christmas deals because that's going to be important for all of us comic book fans. So stay tuned for that next week. But now that we're done with all of our stuff,
guys.
So since it is the holidays,
it is.
We wanted to do.
It's even the holidays for you, Shecky. You're allowed to celebrate this one.
We are going to do our first holiday giveaway. And with the end of 2019 coming to an end, I'm sure the last live stream of the year we'll probably do one like a best of 2019 books. And Stephanie hasn't read a ton of books this year.
It'll be the 5 books that I've read and they're all the best.
But she is going to have her favorite. I have my favorite. They happen to be the same favorite.
Guys, if you have watched our channel, our live streams, anything,
at all,
you know exactly what we're talking about. We have not stopped talking about this book since the beginning of the year.
It's incredible. And so, since we love this so much, we wanted to share it with you guys. So, we went out and purchased all 5 issues of
Little Bird!
Little Bird! And it'll arrive in the mail tomorrow. Or no, sorry, Monday. Monday, December 2nd. So we'll make sure we post pictures of it online. We will get the whole entry service or how to enter probably for the next live stream, which will be December 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. December 6th.
December 6th.
We'll run it for 2 weeks, and then we'll pick a winner and ship it out and hopefully get it to the lucky winner before Christmas. Yeah, and that's going to be our giveaway.
It's going to be amazing, guys.
That's the first giveaway, at least.
We have so many giveaways.
We have another giveaway.
We have another one. It's the CD I told you about.
The Sultry Tunes
Sultry
of
Tunes
Stephanie.
I bring back like classics that you would sing your children to sleep with. That's me. Like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is sexy.
Right? You would fall asleep to that.
I would. I'm
already
already asleep right now.
The whole CD, guys.
So, I'm not sure if you guys pay attention to this or not, but Stephanie and I's channel is small at the moment. We're going to grow it. It's going to be huge.
We're
it's
on
going
our
to be
way.
big.
Guys, people love us.
But over the weekend, we actually hit 131 subscribers. That means we are 19 subscribers away from 150.
150.
150
cent.
150 cent.
150 cent.
No, 150 subscribers. So that's kind of a big milestone for us.
Yeah.
We're pretty excited about that. There's another book that we loved a lot. And we are thinking about doing a giveaway of that. All 6 issues of that book. We're not going to talk about that. If you watched our live stream at all, or any of our videos,
You've seen the only 2 books that I've read. Then you know what I'm talking about.
You'll have a good idea what we're talking about. But we are going to do that once we hit 150 subscribers. So I'm super excited about that.
Also, you're missing the really funny back and forth. Shecky asked what Robitussin is. I don't know where you got that. Did we say something about Robitussin?
Maybe someone said you should take some Robitussin.
I don't know. No one. I don't see anything there, but maybe. But he asked what Robitussin is. It sounds like snake oil. I don't know what snake oil is. What is snake oil?
Oils from snake?
Weird. And then Jimmy asked if he got Robitussin, and Shecky said we have rickets. It's not the same. We have rickets here too. It's not the same. Robitussin is medicine for your cough. It's like sinus medicine. You take it if you have like a stuffy nose.
I guess they say you sound terrible and you should take it.
They were like, stop singing songs, Stephanie. Take some Robitussin. You're embarrassing yourself.
No. She sounds great.
Guys, there is no shame in my game. You can't embarrass me.
She won't be able to talk tomorrow. She'll be trying to yell at the kids.
I'm going to make signs and then throw it at their face. And they'll pick it up and be like, clean your room. I'm like, okay, alright, fine.
Can we do that anyways?
We're going to do that anyways. That's going to be our next live stream. Things we throw at our children.
Alright, so I don't know if we're going to through all 6 beers. We're pretty much done with the show.
No, I feel like we're done. And I don't feel good, guys. I'm sorry, but I don't want to drink anymore. I'm tired and I'm sick. Wow.
Alright, so let's finish up the show by rating the 4 beers that we did drink. So we have Southern Tier 2 Xmas, which I actually really enjoyed. We have No Santa NEIPA, which was pretty interesting. That was alright. We have the Omegan 3 Philosophers. I believe that's it. We do have the 3 Philosophers.
The cider one.
I know, I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm sorry. God, you see how he talks to me?
I'm so evil. I'm like a terrible person. And then we have the weird cider one.
Do you want to try the blueberry coffee one before we go? Is that what you were going to say?
Well, no, I'm just saying, this is blue coffee, 3 Philosophers. This is just 3 Philosophers.
Alright.
So if I was going to rate these beers, I would probably rate them 3 Philosophers number 1, Double Xmas number 2, No Santa number 3, and this is not even in the count.
You don't even get to be a part of it because he didn't drink you, but I would disagree with Bruce. I actually really like this one. I would do this one first.
Oh, okay.
Then the Three Philosophers. Then the Christmas one. And then this one is also for me over on the other side because I wasn't even willing to drink it because it was so terrible. Also, this one's Pinecone beer.
It's good. I like it a lot.
It's a little. I could drink this one over that one, but that's all you, baby.
That's all me, baby.
Drink Pinecones.
She's like, I spit in it. Get sick, baby.
Thank you, Shecky. I'm gonna try to get better. I keep trying to get better, but I keep having to use my voice. People keep asking me questions. I'm like, stop talking to me. I'm dying.
Our kids today, they wouldn't listen. Literally, we told our older son, Nate, he was like, what, can I have a snack? No. Can I have a snack? No.
And then we said he could have a snack, and he was just ignored us and played video games. Like, you've been asking for 20 minutes for a snack.
Or like when we're like, all right, they're asking what we're gonna have for dinner at like 2 o'clock. We're like leftovers. Every hour on the hour, and then the closer it got to like 6 o'clock, every 5 minutes. What are you have for dinner? We already told you. But that's the life of kids and having kids. So I think that's gonna be it for the show. What do you think?
I think so, guys. I'm sorry. I would like to be more fun. I tried to pull it together a little bit, but this was tame for me.
That's so tame. She's usually much better.
Usually much louder and more opinionated. I'm just tired.
And I feel like really tired because I had to like carry the whole entire show by myself.
I mean, if you call speaking in a monotone voice and reading the titles off of news stories, then yes, carried it.
Carried the whole show,
I sang to you guys. I sang Smelly Cat and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Carried the whole show, my butt.
Oh, and Stay Puft, I do want to say, if you're still on, we have noticed that you are streaming now. We are going to try to pop into your channel on your next live stream, if not the next one. You will see us in your channel. Coming up, we apologize for not catching with the last one, but we see you. We'll be there. Anything else we should say goodbye to?
We got Shecky, we got Jessica, we got Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy?
Still threatening to get people, Jimmy. I don't know what's going on with you.
Jimmy, why are you trying to get people?
Maybe we should have a talk, Jimmy. An intervention? Why are you so angry, Jimmy?
Don't be angry, Jimmy.
Drink more beer.
Everyone loves each other in this channel.
We do.
On this show.
All peace.
On this live stream.
Yes.
That's why at the end of the show, that's why we say peace. Jessica, thanks for coming by. Jimmy, Shecky, Stay Puft. I think it was it tonight, right?
Yeah, it was a small... Thank you, Jessica, for saying I'm amazing. I think you're amazing. We've never met, but we're soul sisters.
Soul sisters.
She appreciates Smelly Cat.
Of course she does. Alright, guys. We will see you guys in the next one. I will turn off this live stream. But we'll be back next Friday.
Hopefully I'll be better. Bruce will probably be sick, though. He'll probably get what I got, and then next week we'll
probably. But we'll have the entry information up and ready to go for the giveaway. And we'll have the books to show off. And it'll be dope.
I'm going to make it rain books.
You guys should all enter, because that book is going to be... You guys, if you haven't read it, you guys will love it. It'll be worth your entry. And it'll be a great Christmas gift. Even if not for yourself, give it to someone.
I love you guys. Peace.
Peace. Alright, for real this time.
Really, seriously.
Peace.
Go home.
Go home. Wow.